Okay, it is time to get this show started. Welcome, everybody, to the TutorWorks Read, Draw, Fun program. Guess what we're going to do today? We're going to read, we're going to draw, we're going to have some fun. So, it is that Thursday, Tuesday. And so, what that means is we're going to do some musical fun stuff today. And we need your help, though. So there is a survey underneath the live feed that should say something about what instrument you might want to hear, and maybe I'll be able to put that in a song I'm going to sing for you in a little bit. So go ahead and fill that survey out so that we can figure out what I'm going to do, and we'll get that ball rolling a little bit later. So if you don't know, I am Mr. Chuck, and I am joined today by Miss Victoria. Miss Victoria, please say hello.
Boys and girls.
There she is. Hi, Miss Victoria. All right, I'm also joined today by Miss Melody.
Hello.
Well, there she is, right?
I am here. I was like, did you forget my name, Mr. Chuck? Oh, hello.
Forgetting your name. I wasn't sure because there's that one day or some days that you said that you can't be here for the introductions, but you're here otherwise. And I didn't remember if that was now.
Well, I am here now. Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect. And also, behind the scenes, we have a producer of the show, Miss Paula. Miss Paula, say hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
Perfect. And if you have any questions, they're going to be answered by our coaches. And so if you have a question, what you do is you click on the little green chat bar at the bottom of the TutorWorks page. It says, let's chat, and type in your question, or ask an adult to type in your question, and one of them will type an answer back to you, unless it's a question that applies to everybody, and we might actually answer it on the live feed then. All right, with all of that, we got a raffle coming up tomorrow. So tomorrow is a raffle, and you get raffle tickets. The more raffle tickets you get, guess what? The better your chances of winning the $25 prize that we give away. And we give away 2 of them. We give it to 2 different students on Friday. So one to represent for each class, even though all of your tickets go into one big barrel, virtual barrel, and we pull out those tickets. So 2 people from the first class could win, 2 people from the second class could win. It could be any of those. So, but the most important thing is that you can join us for both classes too. So you can get even more raffle tickets each day. All right. And how do you get your first raffle ticket of the day? Well, you join us like you are right now, and you work and explode the code for 20 minutes. So that's important because that's also how we take attendance and know that you're here. So we want to make sure you guys log in to explode the code and work for 20 minutes. If you don't have your login information, you got to let us know immediately so that we can help you get that information so that you can get logged in to explode the code. So you just do that with the chat button, and one of our coaches will help get that information to you if you don't have it. All of that being said, it's Thursday, Tuesday, and that means there's going to be some sort of musical thing going on, and we're going to do it soon. So we need your help. And so you have to fill out that survey that is underneath the live feed. And with all of that, so make sure you fill out that survey. If you haven't already done it, do it now. And I'm going to hand it off to Miss Victoria. Miss Victoria, take it away.
Mr. Chuck. I'm going to fall through this door behind me in a second. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so happy that you're here with us today. So I'm going to tell you about a way that you can earn another raffle ticket in our 20 minutes of Explode the Code. If you earn 7 green or blue badges, 7, you earn a raffle ticket. So do your best to get that done. And as a quick reminder before we get started, you can access our peer coaches through the green chat bar at the bottom of the TutorWorks webpage. So I will go ahead and get us there. Let's see. So here's the TutorWorks webpage. The green chat bar is down here at the bottom. And oh, don't forget the survey. The survey is right below the live feed on the TutorWorks website. So go ahead and answer this question. And so if you need your login information, green chat bar. If you have your login information and you're ready to rock and roll, you'll click on the purple octopus right here. And that brings you to this login page. You enter in your username and your password, click log in, and that brings you to Explode the Code online. And this is what I refer to as our work page. So I'm going to show you that one more time. From the TutorWorks website, click the purple octopus, and right here on the right side of the page, that brings you to this login page. You'll put your username and your password, click login, and that brings you to our work page. So we're going to get started. We'll go through a few together, and then it'll be rock and roll time. All right, so we have to say whether or not this could really happen. Will a fish swim well? Well, a fish lives in water, and swimming is what you do in water. So yes. Will trot? I don't think so. A shell needs something to help it move, and trot is like when you're marching kind of thing, walking. We'll do two more, boys and girls. Can I brush a pet? Yeah, most pets you can brush. Yep. Can a shrimp grin? Can a ship grin? Can a ship grin? What does grin mean, boys and girls? It means to smile. Very good. So a ship, no, a ship can't grin. Great job. All right, boys and girls. So I'm going to go ahead and start my timer for 20 minutes. If you're ready to rock and roll, go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go through the login process one more time. And let's see. All right. So on your mark, get set, go. And if you're just now joining us, I'm going to take you through the login process one more time. All right. So from the TutorWorks webpage, you will click the purple octopus. But of course, if you don't have your login information, you'll have to click the green chat bar right here. So you can talk with our coaches, and they can help you with any issues you might be having. But if you're ready, you have all the information you need, click on the purple octopus, and that brings you to this login page right here. Type in the username and the password, click log in, and that brings you to our work page. Okay, boys and girls. All right, so we have just about 19 minutes left. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be cheering you guys on. I'll check in with you every few minutes, guys. Do your best. I know you can do it. Boys and girls, we've already been working for 5 minutes. I just can't believe how quickly the time is passing. So I have a few shout outs. My friends Angelique, Kimberly, Juris, way to go, guys. Round of applause for you. Piero, Dominic, Kaylani, Destiny, Gabriel. Wow. Just wow. You guys are knocking it out of the park today. I can tell that you're working so hard. Your head is in the game. Keep it up, friends. We have 15 minutes to go. If you're just now joining us, that's perfect. I'm so glad you're here. But I'll show you how to log in. So go to the TutorWorks website, and from there, you'll click on the purple octopus. Next, that'll bring you to this login page. Type in your username and your password, click login, and that brings you to our work page, the Explode the Code Online work page. If you don't have your username and password, you can just click on this green chat bar, and then our peer coaches are on the other side of that, and they're waiting to talk with you and help you solve some problems, okay? Don't be afraid to talk to them. They're wonderful. So yeah, we're working right now for 20 minutes. And we have just over 13 minutes to go, okay? So work hard, make yourselves proud. I'll be checking in. Boys and girls, we have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes. That means we've done 10 minutes of work and we have 10 minutes left. We are halfway there. Can you believe it? I have a couple of shout outs. Maylee, Ella, Samuel, you guys are rocking it. I'm so proud of you. Montre, let's see. And Marcella, oh my gosh, I noticed all of you working so hard and I just had to say your name on here. Way to go. Please keep it up. We have 10 minutes exactly right now, 10 minutes to go. Make yourselves proud, friend. Keep working. So you guys have 5 minutes left. Time is flying. Everyone's working so hard. Omar, Aiden, I see you guys. I noticed that you were working really hard. Way to go. Keep it up, friends. We have 5 minutes left. If you're just now joining us, I'm going to take you through the login process. So from the TutorWorks webpage, you will click on the purple octopus over here on the right side. And that'll take you to this login page. You'll type in your username and your password, and then click login. From there, it'll take you to this Explode the Code online work page. And yeah, that's it, friends. So we should be all working right now. We're working for 20 minutes. We've worked for 15 minutes. We have 5 minutes to go. Keep crushing it, friends. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. boys and girls, the 20 minutes is up. Can you believe it? Like I was saying, the time is really flying by. I have a couple last shout outs. I saw my friends John Luca, Angelica, and Kevin really working hard. I'm so proud of all of you. If you were joining us for this 20 minutes of Explode the Code, go ahead and give yourselves a pat on the back and maybe even a little hug for yourself and just tell yourself, good job. I'm proud of you because
Yeah.
I'm proud of you and you did a good job.
You're
Hey, Mr.
awesome.
Tucker, you ready?
Yeah, I guess. Go ahead.
All right, here it goes.
You had me up against the fence there. That was a high fly. Almost out of the park.
Glad you could catch it.
Thank you. Great job, everybody. We're going to explode the code for 20 minutes, building that brain and building those reading skills, which are so important. So, all right, what are we doing now? We're going to stretch. Put an arm up, put another arm up, and we want to put both arms up in the victory formation. It's like victory. And we want to roll our shoulders, roll our arms, roll our forearms, and get that blood moving. That blood moving through our body is great for our brains, and it's also great for our body. So, now that we've done all of that, there is, we need to get your pen or pencil or writing utensil ready and nearby, and get your piece of paper. But, oh, that's right, I got a joke to tell. That's right. While you're getting your stuff together, I got a joke for you. I like this one too. It's funny. It's a numbers joke. Why was 6 mad at 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Get it? 7, 8, 9. The number 9. 7, 8 it. 8. It's a pun, y'all. That's right. We're playing with the same sounding word, even though it's different. All right. So I think I'm going to hand it off to Miss Melody now. I hope, Miss Melody, you're ready for the handoff. Miss Melody, take away.
Thank you, Mr. Chuck. I do think you are starting to forget my name after all this time, Chuck. We need some practice. I know it's not true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into our art class, I think, if I'm correct, we're going to look at that poll because we always look at our polls right before our art classes. So we had that question of it's popping up, of what music sound do you like best? That might be important for after art. I think something cool is happening, and it looks like the results by 50% would be the drums. The drums, which I get it, drums. It's a cool sound. But I do like our trumpets or our horned instruments. You know, things you blow out and they go brrr. I can't make the good noises like Mr. Chuck. And our bells are always good for Christmas time, but for summertime, like it is now, drums appears to be our winner, which I think that's coming into play a little bit later. And it seems like after I gave my beautiful example of our noises that trumpets did come in a little bit more, but drums are still the winner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will be a little bit more important maybe after art. I think something special is happening with Mr. Chuck, but that's a secret, right? We're going to jump right into our art class, continuing with what we learned yesterday. If some of you guys still have your paper, because yesterday we learned about how to draw kind of like a stick figure, or like, we can call it like the skeleton of our body, because it's full of bones and joints, even if the bones and joints look like stick figures. You can still use this for when we're learning about our how to put our shapes on top. But I'm going to spend the first couple minutes of class, and I'm going to go through and very quickly, I'm going to do kind of fast and redraw our little example for any of you guys who need to draw it again because you don't have your paper from yesterday, or maybe you do. Maybe if you do, you can follow along, or just watch and remember and review and go, oh yes, I know this because I'm smart and I learned this yesterday. So we were drawing our stick figure, right? Our detailed stick figure. And we started yesterday by drawing that spine, right? That part that is right in the middle. And I realized that I want to use a color for this. I can magically change colors. You guys don't have to use colors for this, but I'm going to use colors because it makes it easier for me to see new things, and it might make it easier for you guys watching me. You guys don't have to draw in colors, though I do know some of you guys like to. You can use whatever color you'd like, or just a regular pencil. So we have our spine, and then we had, because that's the biggest part of our body, of our bones, it's this long line right there, and that connects everything. And then we have our shoulder line, right? This line right here. That's kind of towards the top of this line. Right? We also have our hip lines and our hips, our hip joints as well. You know, these little circly bits right there. And we learned a little bit yesterday that if we're trying to draw a character that looks more masculine, or is like a boy or a guy, or just anyone who looks a little bit more masculine, like with wide shoulders and narrow hips, that those hips, that line is going to be a little bit smaller than our shoulders. They're going to be thinner, or they're going to be closer together. So this bottom line, I'm going to try and copy our little stick man. And I'm going to draw that line so that it is smaller than our top line. And then I'm going to get an orange out. And again, you guys don't have to use different colors. And I'm going to draw our little circles for our hips and our shoulders. And those are just a couple circles right on the ends of these lines. And then I can draw our legs and our arms. And I'm going to draw them starting with the joints. And if I remember from yesterday, right, use my big brain, I drew the ankles and the wrists first. I drew the ends of the arms and legs first, and then I drew those middle parts because it made it easier. So for our legs, I drew our ankles first. So right below our little hip circles, right, and kind of far down, I'm going to draw some circles for our ankles, for where our feet would be on our character. And right below our other hip, I'm going to draw our other ankle. And because I drew that circle first, that joint first, it makes it a little bit easier to tell where halfway is going to be for our knee. And I'm going to say that's like, let's say that's right around there, right? That looks good. That looks good enough. We're going to do the same thing for our other leg, our other knee. It's going to be kind of like right there. And then I can connect them. I can add those lines and, you know, our stick bones. And I'm going to do the same thing for our arms. So our wrists, which would be right around our hips, a little bit below, a little bit. Right? Remember, that's true in real life as well. If I let my arms kind of just hang, my hands, they look like they are right around the height of like my thighs or like right below my hips. So when I draw my ankle, not my ankles, my wrists, I get my ankles and my wrists mixed up. I'm a little silly like that. I can draw two little circles that are kind of right below our hips. And just like our knees, our elbows are going to be right in the middle. Kind of like there. I like that. I think that looks good enough. I can connect our little arms, and I can even add a head, because otherwise he looks a little silly, or they look a little silly. This could be a sheep, could be a he, could be anyone. Now we have our little stick figure, and they look a little thin. They look really thin. They look like a stick, hence a stick figure. Today we're going to learn about how to put some muscle on them. Maybe not huge, big muscles like some of our characters might have, but muscles that, help them not look like a stick figure. Because again, it looks like a big gust of wind could blow this character right over. And just like in our example, I'm going to use a blue, but you, ladies and gentlemen, can use any color or just your regular pencil. I think it might be a little easier for you guys to see it in blue instead of like a gray or anything, because I'm drawing on top of things. But you guys can use whatever colors or materials, pencils that you have or you want to use. So I'm going to start, and just like I did with my stick figure, I'm going to start with the biggest shape I can think of. And since I have a nice example right here, accidentally zoomed in. Let's see, what's the biggest shape here? Well, I think that'd be like the chest, like this big shape, like right there, right? Like that's a pretty big piece. And it looks like everything's kind of like connected there. So it makes sense that if I draw that first. To draw that shape, it's almost like it's a trapezoid, or it has those two angles that go in a little bit. So I'm gonna start with those two little sides. And I can see they kind of connect from my shoulder circles, and they go down to like right around there, right? And that's kind of like right where my elbows are. So I'm going to draw two lines that go in and are going to go from my shoulder to right around where my elbow is. And I'm going to draw a line that looks like it's coming in the opposite way. And it's going to go as far down as right around my elbow. And I can see that top line, it goes right over our shoulders, and it kind of connects them, our little shoulder circles. And I can see we have a line that connects our shape right here. So I can see it's one big shape, one big four-sided shape. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And then I'm going to draw our next biggest shape. And that looks like it's this part right here, the hips. Our legs and our arms, they might be long, but I think this shape looks bigger and it looks more important, right? And I can see it's already connected to our chest. So I already have a place where I can start from. These two little corners, right? Right here and right here. And it looks like those corners go kind of right to our hips. So from our little corners, I'm going to draw a line that goes down to our hips. And where our chest went in a little bit, that was a weird arrow, went in a little bit, these can either go like straight down or out just a little bit. And then I have two lines that are going in, almost like there's a triangle hidden in this shape, because this shape has 5 sides. Almost went 4. It has 5 sides. So I can draw these other 2 lines that kind of connect from our hips to our center, to our spine. sometimes it can be handy to draw our spine a little long like that, because then we know right where the middle is. And I have those two big shapes already done, right? Those are the two big shapes I see. And those are those two shapes are two of the hardest shapes that you will draw when it comes to a body. That is the chest area and the hips. And they're important because they are what everything is connected to. And they can be a bunch of different shapes. They could be this kind of like wider chest shape. They could be a little bit more, a little bit smaller. The top shape could be a little bit thinner or closer together. We can kind of mix and match and change it. Your drawings, you guys might have a wider chest, or you guys might have wider hips. And that's okay, because sometimes people do have wider hips, or they do have different shapes like that, because everybody looks a little different, right? So if your drawing looks a little different from my drawing, that's good. But those are two of the hardest shapes that we will have when it comes to drawing bodies. The rest of the shapes are like our legs and our arms. They kind of look like, well, rectangles. They just kind of look like big rectangles that are going around our stick figure. Those are pretty easy. But they're not one big rectangle, right? They have this little line right through the knees. And that's an important line. I'm going to talk about that line right after we draw our legs. Let's draw our legs. And our legs look like big boxes that go around our stick figures. So let's see. It looks like it's connected to the farthest part of the hip, this area right here. Oh, I think I accidentally turned on my phone. That was weird. I must have said something funny. And it kind of connects really close to, that's the wrong tool. It connects very close to the inside to our little point right here. So let's try and draw some long boxes. Remember, our longer lines can be really, really hard to draw. So it's okay if they're a little bit wavy or if you need to take your time with them. And we can always, if there's ever anything you don't like, you can always go in, you can always erase or cover it up or try again. That's why we practice so much. So if you're using something that you can't erase, like you can't always erase pens, it's okay if we have any squiggly or sketchy lines. We are young beginner artists and we love our sketchy lines. And then we have this line that we have right at the knee. Right? And I want to draw that even if my leg is straight, because that's going to show us that, well, that's where we can bend. We always want to remember that's where we can bend our knees. Let's draw our other leg. Then we have our long lines that can be kind of hard to draw. We're drawing them kind of like we drew our boxes, where we had our parallel pair of lines. Our two long lines look pretty similar to each other. And then our top line, which is kind of made by our hip shape down here, and our bottom line. And then for our feet, before we move on to our arms, we can just kind of draw like little boxes. We can get into how to draw feet a little bit later, feet and like hands. But for right now, because feet and hands, they have a lot to them, a lot of bendy shapes, we're gonna keep them nice and easy as some little boxes. Just so I can tell that this character, they have feet. Even if their feet looks like boxes. I won't judge him for having box feet. Then we have our arms, and our arms, just like our legs in our example, look like big boxes. And they also have our little lines. Now, on our example yesterday, we bent an arm where we had him, it had the line going up like he was waving, like, hello, hi. And when we want to draw that, we're not going to draw them, especially for our realistic figures. If the arm is bent, like here's an example of our arm, we're not going to draw, we call them noodle arms, where the arm kind of looks like a bent U shape. So if I were to outline our arm and it was raised in the air, I wouldn't make it this U shape because I want those two boxes to stay two boxes. So instead of when we have our arm bent like that and I draw a box around it, I can start with that line and connect our boxes that way. So it's almost like our elbow looks a little bit pointy instead of a U shape. I want to avoid our U shapes. Our U shapes can look a little funny unless we're drawing like something from Adventure Time. They all kind of have noodle arms there, but for a little bit more realistic, we want to show kind of like a V shape, or two boxes that are connecting. So because in our example, our arms aren't doing that though, because I made it easy for us, I'm just going to draw some nice long boxes that go right around our skeleton, our little stick figure. But I am still going to draw those little lines right where the elbows are, just so I can remember that that's where I bend them and that it's two boxes connecting and not one big noodly shape. Because noodly shapes can be fun, but they can look a little silly. And then I can draw even more little boxes for our hands, just so I know that they have hands. And then we have just one last little bit, and that is, well, a little shape for the neck. Just so we know that our neck is not a thin little stick. That can be kind of hard to hold up a head. And we can draw our little neck by connecting two little lines that connect our head shape to our body. Almost like we're drawing a box here. And we have a pretty good body. I might take time in now, and I can always keep any of my sketchy lines, especially for like our sketches, because that's what sketches are for. But if I wanted to like draw clothes and like other things like a face, I might go in now and like erase any of my little, actually, oh, nope, I don't know what happened there. He disappeared on us. There we go. And I might erase any of our little sketchy lines from before, because they were there to help us see the pose of our character. And because our character is like more fleshed out, I can go in and erase anything I don't want now, like our bright red lines. I can clean up some of our sketchy lines so that when I'm starting to draw like clothes or anything else that I want our character to have, a costume, that I can focus just on the costume and how it doesn't get all messy. And now bodies can be, we can move around any of our arms and legs. Remember our bendy bits, and we can make different poses, action poses, superhero poses, all sorts of things for our character to do. We can start adding a face, hair, clothes, and we can start customizing and making our character their own. In fact, because I know how, this seems like a excellent time to start practicing. Let's spend the last couple minutes of class because we're getting close. We're getting close to our on I believe 11 o'clock or 11 o'clock time, or is it 10 o'clock? I'm in a different time zone. We're getting close to our hour mark, I should say. We're getting close to that. We're 4 minutes to. Let's draw a quick little face because that will kind of finish things, and it's a good finishing point. So we have, let's see, let's draw our up and down line on our head and our eye line. Right, our eye line, that's where our eyes go. Let's see, let's give them some anime eyes, right? Like some big. I'm gonna give my character anime eyes. You might give them cartoon eyes. You could give them dot eyes. Let me give my character some like anime eyes that we learned a little earlier in the week. Give him a nice easy nose. A little like check mark nose. And maybe a nice big smile. And probably some eyeballs so that we can see where he's looking. And we're already starting to make, a character of some sort. We're putting together all of our knowledge of what we're learning, whether you guys added our face or not, or maybe you guys already started adding clothes because some of you guys might already know some of those things. Some of you guys might have started adding hair or other types of things that we haven't yet learned, but we will. As always, I'm going to kind of get really big here. Oh, there's my face again. As always, you guys can send in your artwork to us, and I always see everyone's submissions. I make a point to look at them, and they can be featured tomorrow. It's Thursday, which means tomorrow is Friday. We can show some of them off on Friday, and everyone can see your wonderful artwork unless you tell us that you don't want it to be shown. And of course, we will always respect that. And we're going to continue our art lesson tomorrow, and sending in your wonderful artwork to either taking a picture of it and sending it into the Tutorworks website. We can get it that way, or sending it to our coaches. Sending it in will, get you an extra raffle ticket for our raffle on Friday. Of course, Mr. Chuck does a little bit more exciting speech about that. I don't want to take away the spotlight from him and his raffle. Mr. Chuck, are you about ready to have it thrown back to you?
Are you trying to take my job, Melody?
Well, if you remembered my name, maybe I won't want to take your job. It's insensitive.
Great, Melody. Great. You singing it, the Friday, whatever. It was awesome. Awesome. Don't be afraid to try and take my job. Go ahead.
Never, Mr. Chuck. No one could ever replace you. Let's throw it back to you, Mr. Chuck.
All right. Oh, look at that. I caught it left-handed. It might look right on your screen, but that was my left hand.
Very impressive.
Very, very talented. All right, it's time to stretch again, y'all. Put an arm up. Put another arm up. Put them both up in the victory formation. Like we just won something. And roll them shoulders, roll them arms, roll those forearms in a dance. It's the best dance moves I really have. Now, before we get into math, I think we have a magical time of music coming up. And I think the winner of the survey showed that most people wanted to hear drums. You've heard my drum roll before. I'm going to try and put it in the middle of a song for y'all. We'll see how it goes. In case y'all didn't know, I can play guitar. All right, so I'm gonna do a song and I'm gonna throw these drums in. You may recognize the song. Your parents are more likely to recognize the song, but I'm gonna play it for you anyway. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And so stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Oh, stand by me. Here comes the drum part. Ready? And if the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea. No, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed no tears, just as long as you stand by me. And so stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand now, oh, stand by me. Yay, thank you very much, thank you. All right, now it's time to get into math. So on this page that you see me, off to the right of it is the purple octopus. Underneath the purple octopus is the Math Minute link. We're going to show you how to do this first. So we're going to click on that link. We're going to choose the right subject area for each of us. So for you, if you've gotten 100 answers correct at any time in addition, you want to move on down into subtraction. If you've gotten 100 answers correct in subtraction, you want to move on down into multiplication. If you've gotten 100 answers correct ever in multiplication, you want to move down into division. And if you've done all of them, you want to move back to addition, and you're going to subtract a minute off the overall time. And that would be going to 4 minutes instead of 5. But if you haven't gone all the way down the list, you're going to stay right there in the one in that time frame of 5 minutes. We'll always have our questions set to 100, and you want to choose a subject area that is right for you. So keep where you're at if you haven't gotten 100 answers correct in that area yet. All right, now we're going to hit that green start button together, but it's going to be a minute. So go back now, or it's your turn to do the webpage. So now it's your turn to click on the Math Minute button. Choose the right subject area according to what I just told you. Make sure your questions are set to 100 and that your time is set to 5 minutes. And we're going to hit that green start button together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Go. Try to get these answers correct first and foremost, and then try and hustle your way through the questions, because that's going to build those math skills faster and better and stronger. I'll check in with you every so often. Time is flying by. It's 4 minutes left, y'all. Three minutes left. We're halfway there. We got 1 minute left. We are in the home stretch. We're almost there, y'all. Twenty seconds left. And if you hit the timer same as me, time is up. Go ahead and click on the check answers button underneath the area you were just working in and let us know how many correct answers you got. So you should see how many correct answers you got. And we want to celebrate every correct answer. So go back to the TutorWorks page, click on the green chat bar in the bottom left-hand corner, and type in how many correct answers you got. And we're going to celebrate with you. We might even shout out to you. Maybe. And
Mr. Chuck, I just want to tell you what a great singing and guitar playing you did. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Where did you learn to play the guitar?
I've been doing it for a long time. I was even a touring musician.
Ooh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, but I don't really do that much. And there's no events really going on right now at all. So I'm not.
Well,
really
let's all give a shout out to Mr. Chuck for entertaining us. What a great job, Mr. Chuck.
High fives to Mr. Chuck.
High five to Mr. Chuck.
All right. I think we have a shout out from Keenan. Keenan, you got a shout out? There might be a muted. All right.
Hello.
We'll give the shout outs after we're done with the next session. So go ahead and hit the underneath the check answers button back on the Math Minute page. Go ahead and click on the start over button and take you back to that page. All right, let's hear it. Keenan, you got a shout out for us?
Yeah, hi, I'm Coach Keenan. I am one of the many coaches that responds to your guys' questions. You guys are working really hard right now, and I'm so impressed. So we've got a shout out for Samuel 100, Angelique 95, Juris 98, Mason 23, Marcella 46, Jasmine 100, and Piero 50. Great job, everybody.
High fives. Slow motion high five. All right. So now back on the Math Minute page. Make sure you click the start over button. And then if you got 100 answers correct, which I heard at least one person got that, you want to move on down into the next subject area. And unless you've already made your way all the way through, then you want to start back over and lower the time. So if you haven't gotten 100 answers correct in the area you're working in, stay right there. Make sure your time is set to 5 minutes. Your questions are always set to 100. And we're going to hit that green start button together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Go. Try to do just a little bit better than you did last time. We got less than 4 minutes left, y'all. 3 minutes left. We're more than halfway there. Two minutes left, y'all. One minute left. We are in the home stretch. We're almost there. Twenty seconds left. And if you hit the timer at the same time as me, then the time is up. And it is time to let us know how many answers you got correct. So go ahead and click on the check answers button right underneath the work area that you're working in. Hit the check answers button. It's going to tell you how many you got correct. Let us know. It's time to move back to the TutorWorks page. And that is where you can click on the green chat bar at the bottom that says, let's chat, and type in how many answers you got correct. And we're going to do some shout outs with one of our coaches. So let us know so we can celebrate every one of your awesome correct answers. Everyone should be celebrated because they show that you are building these important skills in math at this point. But any correct answer is something to be celebrated. Do we got any shout outs out there? Is it Coach Keenan that's going to be giving us the shout outs now?
Yep. Keep up the great work, everybody. We have some more shout outs to give. Mason with 20, Marcella again 75, Juris 99, Jasmine again with 100, and Angelique 100 as well.
Yes, yes, I love it. All these correct answers. Woo!
Mr. Chuck, I have a shout out to give. I want to give a shout out to John Luca with a 55.
Yes.
Way to go, John Luca.
Slow motion high five. I did the slow motion voice too, if you didn't notice. All right. Great job, everybody, working in math today. Great job working on the drawing. Great job working in Explode the Code. And you can join again and get more raffle tickets right after this class. So, because The reason that's even extra important is because we're going to be doing the raffle tomorrow. We're going to be doing the raffle tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow for each class, actually. And so we'll be picking 2 students to be the winners of $25. That's 5 times 5, or 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. I just did math. All right, great job. We want to celebrate all of your successful endeavors, your successful attempts to grow and build these very, very important skills in reading and math. And we're happy that you share this time with us. And I hope you guys liked Thursday Tuesday, and we'll do it again next Thursday. We'll even have another survey, so you guys can kind of, let us know what sound you like. And I will do my best to put that sound in the song. I don't know how great I did with the drums, but it's not easy. But yeah, it's fun though. So really love it. So we look forward to seeing you then, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the raffle. So join us. Work hard. There are 4 ways always to get your raffle tickets: working hard for 20 minutes and explode the code, earning 7 or more green or blue badges and explode the code, taking a picture of your artwork and sending it in on our website, or taking a picture of your results of your math if you got 100 answers correct. And that'll get you another raffle ticket. And you can just join us again for the next class, and we will give you another raffle ticket for any of those same things. So you can earn up to 8 raffle tickets a day if you tried. All right. With all that, until I see you at the next class, I say bye-bye for now. If you are joining us early for the 10:30 class, please get logged in by clicking on the login button in the top right-hand corner of the TutorWorks website and putting in your username and password. Also have your username and password for Explode the Code Online ready as well. You will need both login information for both logins in order to participate in today's class. If you don't have login information, click on the green chat button that says "Let's chat" on the bottom left of the TutorWorks website, and one of our coaches will help you get your login information to you or help you find it in an email that was sent to you. If you have not yet registered, there's a registration link right under this live feed video. Go ahead and click on that and start registering. You will not be able to join this class, but you will be able to join all future classes after this once you're registered for the program. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna get started in about 30 seconds. If you haven't yet logged in, go ahead and do that now by clicking on the login button in the top right-hand corner of the TutorWorks website. And make sure you have your Explode the Code login information nearby too. You're gonna need both of those. If you do not have that login information, go ahead and click on the chat button on the TutorWorks website and somebody will help you get that login information. We're gonna start here in about 10 seconds. All right, well, it is time to get the show started. Welcome everybody to the TutorWorks Read Draw Fun program. Guess what we're gonna do today? We're gonna read, we're gonna draw, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna do some math, we're gonna stretch, we might even dance a little. We're gonna do something musical because it's Tunes Day. That's right, Tunes Day. And you'll find out what that is. And what you have to do is right underneath me, there is a survey underneath the live feed. You have got to fill that out because you're participating somehow. And well, actually what you do in the survey is going to change what I do. So that's all I'm going to say. Go ahead and do the survey and let us know what your preference is there. And by the way, I am Mr. Chuck, in case you didn't already know, and I am joined today by Miss Victoria. Miss Victoria, say hello.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Okay, I am also joined today by Miss Melody. Miss Melody, say hi. Miss Melody? Okay, well, I am not joined today by Miss Melody. We have our producer working behind the scenes. Please say hello to Miss-
Hello. Hello, boys and girls.
And we have got a day planned for you. Of course, we're going to do the reading, the drawing. We're going to have some fun, but we got some music coming up. And what is tomorrow? It is the raffle. That's right. We got our raffle tomorrow, and how you win is you get drawn randomly from a hat, but we give you raffle tickets for a bunch of different things. But the more raffle tickets you have, the better your chances of winning. So we're going to pick 2 students tomorrow to win the raffle. And we want to help you get as many raffle tickets as possible. The first way you get a raffle ticket is by working in Explode the Code for 20 minutes. That is also how we take attendance. So it's really important that you log in and work for 20 minutes and explode the code. If you don't have that login information, please hit the chat bar on the bottom, and one of our academic coaches will answer your question. So type in your question, or say, I don't have my login information, or if you have another question, type in that question and they will type an answer back. And if it's a question that applies to the whole group, maybe we'll even answer it on the live feed. And with all of that, I'm going to hand it right off to Miss Victoria for her to take us away into the reading portion. Miss Victoria, take it away.
Thanks, Mr. Chuck. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so happy that you're here today. I'm ready to learn with you. So I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what is something that you could do to earn another raffle ticket during our Explode the Code time. Well, I'm going to tell you. So while we're working in Explode the Code, there's an opportunity to earn badges. You can earn, if you earn 7 blue or green badges, you will get another raffle ticket. All right. So let's see. We are gonna jump right in. I'm gonna, oops. Let's see. Looks like, okay, this is happening. Yep, okay, great. All right, boys and girls. So this is the TutorWorks webpage. If you're needing assistance at any point, you can always refer to the green chat bar right here from the webpage. There you'll be able to talk with our peer coaches about your username and password, any questions or troubles you might be having, okay? And this is what we want to do right now is the Purple Octopus. I just remembered. We need to do the poll. The poll is right below the live feed, and it's asking us today, what music sound do you like best? So go ahead and check that out before you jump in with us on the Purple Octopus. Check that out, give it an answer, and then jump on the Purple Octopus, okay? So Purple Octopus, that'll bring you to this page right here. Type in your username and your password. Click login, and it'll bring you to our Explode the Code online page. This is what I refer to as our work page. So we're going to do that part one more time, how to log in. So from the TutorWorks webpage, you click on the Purple Octopus down here. It brings you to this login page. Type in your username, type in your password, click login, and here you are at the work page. All right, boys and girls, we're going to give this a try. Let's sit back and listen.
Questions with yes or no. Answer yes if the question describes something that could really happen. Answer no if the question describes something that is make-believe. I'll show you how. Can Jim sip pop? Yes, Jim can sip pop.
All right, now it's our
Your
turn.
turn.
Okay, can a dish shave? No, a dish cannot shave, right? So no. Okay,
No, a dish can't shave.
great job. Will a shell trot? No.
No, a shell won't trot.
Great job. We did it. All right, we're gonna do two more. Can I brush a pet? Yes, I can brush a pet.
Yes, I can brush a pet.
All right, let's see. Last one. Can a sled crash on a hill? Can a sled crash on a hill? Yeah.
Yes, a sled can crash on a hill.
Great job, boys and girls. Okay, so if you're ready to rock and roll, you're logged in. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. You're going to work for 20 minutes and explode the code. My timer's on. If you're just now joining us, I'm going to tell you how to log in. So if you're just now joining us, follow along with me. If you're ready to work, you should be working right now, okay? So from the TutorWorks webpage, you'll want to find the purple octopus if you have your username and password. If you need your username and password, go on over to the green chat bar at the bottom of this page. Click the purple octopus. It'll take you to this page. Type in your username and your password and click login. And then it'll take you to our work page. All right, friends, we should be working. We have 19 minutes left. I'll be checking on you guys throughout. Make yourselves proud. 19 minutes to go. Holy moly. You guys have been rocking it out for 5 whole minutes. We have 15 minutes to go. And I see a few friends. I've noticed them working really hard. Asusli, keep it up. Earling, Dana Sophia, Avery, Sarai, Giovanni, Aaron, Janella, Kayla. Guys, I'm so proud of you. Keep on rocking. Keep earning those badges, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. That's raffle day. We got to have those tickets in the bank there. All right. So we have 15 minutes left. If you are now joining us for the first time or for the first time today, and you need some help logging in, I'm going to show you how. So from the TutorWorks login page, find the purple octopus right here. Click on him and he'll take you to this login page. Type in your username and your password. Click log in, and that'll bring you to our work page with Explode the Code. Okay, earn 7 green or blue badges, and you'll earn a raffle ticket that'll be entered in our raffle for tomorrow for a $25 Amazon gift card. Guys, there's going to be 2 winners. Maybe it'll be you. Maybe it'll be your friend. All right, we have 13 minutes left. Keep working hard, friends.
Holy cow, boys and girls, we're killing time right now. We have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes has already passed, 10 minutes to go. We're halfway through our work session. All right. I have a couple of shout outs to give. Angelique, I'm so glad you're back. You were here in the morning session and now you're back to learn some more. Anaya, Seth, Kaylee, Roran, guys, I love seeing you day after day. I love seeing you grow every single day. It's so awesome. Your brains are going to be so ready for school because you worked so hard all summer long. Simply, Kalia, Cameron, way to go, guys. We have just over 9 minutes left in our work session. Keep working hard. If you're just joining us, I'm going to take you through the login process. If you need your username and password, go ahead and click the green chat bar right here. If you have that information, go ahead and click the purple octopus on the right side, and it'll take you to this login page here. Type in your username, type in your password, click log in, and it will bring you to our work page right here. Okay, so we're in the middle of our 20-minute work session. We have 9 minutes to go. Make sure you're focused, make sure you're working hard. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep it up. We have 5 minutes left. I have so many shout outs to give. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you guys are all here with us learning right now. So I'm going to start from here we are. Anthony, Cameron, great job. Errol Adriel, Andeline, Ana, Joel, Carlos Perez, Ava, way to go. You guys are rocking it out. I'm so proud of you. Showing up is the hardest part, friends. And you guys are doing more than showing up. You're showing up and you're working so hard. Keep it up. Joel, Ava, Amira, Laxmi, Samantha, Addison, Alessandra. I'm so happy that you guys are back with us. I'm so happy you're working so hard. And Sydney, way to go. All right, friends, we have 4 minutes left. 4 minutes. Holy moly, boys and girls, our 20 minutes is over. I have a couple more shout outs to give before I toss it back to Mr. Chuck. So let me see where they are. Okay. Cielo, great job. Kiati, great work. Nomi, Miley, Earling, Alejandro, Gail, Sienna. I'm so proud of all of you guys. I want to give you a big round of applause. Wow, that was amazing. Mr. Chuck, can you believe this? I just like am blown away by the hard work that everyone's putting out.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
So,
cool.
anyways,
Okay.
I've been practicing.
Another one. Almost out of the park there, Victoria. Good throw. All right, y'all. Guess what it's time for? To stretch. Put an arm up. Put another arm up. Then you can put both arms up in the victory formation. Like we just won something. Roll them shoulders. Roll them arms. Roll those forearms. Forward and backwards. Get the blood moving because the blood is good for both your brain and your body. And now I got a joke for you. You're going to love this joke. It is a numbers joke. Why was 6 so mad at 7? Because 7 ate 9. 7, 8, the number 9, get it? 8. It's a pun, y'all. It's where we use a word that kind of sounds like something else to mean something else. Anyway, all right, it is now time to jump into math. So next to me is the purple octopus on the TutorWorks page. Underneath the purple octopus is the Math Minute button. We're going to show you how to do this first. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Math Minute. And on the Math Minute page, we will choose, and this is where you have to choose a subject area that is right for you. If you've ever gotten 100 answers correct in addition, then move on down into subtraction. If you've ever gotten 100 answers correct in subtraction, then move on down into multiplication. And if you have ever gotten 100 answers correct in multiplication, move on down into division. If you've made your way all the way through and made 100 answers correct in division, then you would go back up to addition and you would bring your time down by 1 minute. So you would be into 4 minutes if you started out in 5 and only made it through the list once. Okay, if you are right there in math, keep there in math. We're always going to have our questions set to 100 and our time is going to be set to 5 minutes for most of us, unless you've made your way through the list. So we're going to hit that green start button together. But now it is your turn. So go ahead and click on the Math Minute button and then choose the subject area that is correct for you, whether you've gotten 100 answers correct or not. If you have gotten 100 answers correct, you move on down. If not, you stay right where you are in the area that you are. Make sure your questions are set to 100 and your time is set to 5 minutes. And we're going to hit that green start button together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, go. Try your best to get the answers right first. Then try and hustle through the questions fast, because that's going to help build these math skills. I'll check in with you every Less than 4 minutes left. Time is flying by. Three minutes left, y'all. We're halfway there. Two minutes left. One minute left. We are in the home stretch. We're almost there. Keep pushing. Twenty seconds left, y'all. If you hit the timer the same time as I did, then time is up. Go ahead and click on the check answers button underneath the work area you're just working in. And once you see how many answers you got correct, we want to celebrate your correct answers with you. So what that means is you should go back to the TutorWorks page, click on the little green chat bar that says let's chat, and then type in to us how many answers you got correct. And we'll do some shout outs because we want to celebrate every correct answer that we can, because it shows that you're growing and moving forward in that in your journey, in your learning journey. We want to celebrate that with you. So I believe we have Coach Colin here with us today, who's going to do some shout outs.
Hey everyone, I'm Coach Colin. I respond to your messages. And I'm so proud of all of you for working hard. Keep up the good work. I have some shout outs. Sydney, who got 100, Monica, who got 100, Jasmine got 100, Angelique, 86, Sibley, 59, Laxmi, 99, Avery with a 94.
Wow, those are a lot of correct answers up in there. Great job, everybody. Some high fives. Slow motion high five. All right, with an explosion at the end too. All right, now we're gonna jump right back in it, move on back to the Math Minute page, and underneath the check answers button is the start over button. Go ahead and click on the start over button. It'll take you back to the Math Minute page we saw before, where you can choose your subject area. I heard there was some hundreds in there. So any of you that got 100 answers correct, move on down into the subject area underneath the one you were working in, and go ahead and make sure that your questions are set to 100. And then your time should be set to 5 minutes unless you've made your way through the list already. And then you will be go down to 4 minutes. Okay. Now we're going to hit that green start button together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Go. Try to do just a little bit better than you did last time. Time is flying by. We got 4 minutes left. We got about 3 minutes left now. Two minutes left, y'all. 1 minute left. We are in the home stretch. We're almost there. Keep pushing. Twenty seconds left, y'all. If you hit the timer at the same time as I did, then the time is up. Underneath the work area you're working in is the check answers button. Click on it. It's going to tell you how many correct answers you got. And now is the time to let us know how many correct answers you got. So move on back to the TutorWorks page. In the bottom left-hand corner, click on the green chat bar that says let's chat and type in how many correct answers you got so that we can celebrate your correct answers with you. So important to celebrate all of the efforts you make to move forward in your learning journey. So, Coach Colin, we got any shout outs?
Yes, we do. I'm so proud of all of you for the good hard work. Keep it up, everyone. We have Sydney with another 100, Jasmine with 99, Monica with 96, Angelique with 94, and Sibley with 57.
Yes, all those correct answers. Love it. High fives, y'all. Slow motion. High five. Awesomeness coming your way. All right, guess what? It is time to stretch again. That's right. Put an arm up. Put another arm up. And then do both of them together. We can turn that into the victory formation. Like we just won something, you know? And, we didn't roll our shoulders. I got to roll our shoulders. We got to roll our shoulders. We got to roll our arms. And then we got to roll our forearms. All these kinds of things to get our blood moving, to get our body stretched. All right. Now, it is time for something special. We talked about Tunes Day. No, wait, we're not doing that till after drawing. I'm sorry, y'all. I almost jumped the gun. It's going to happen after drawing. It is time to hand it off to Miss Melody. And so make sure you have your pen, a pencil, something to write with, and a piece of paper. And we're going to get into the drawing. Miss Melody, take it away.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chuck. Thank you. And it is, you were right. We are doing something special today. And I think we have a poll that's relating to something special happening. Let's take a look at that before we jump into our artwork today. And let's see, our poll this morning was, what music do you like best? And it looks like our trumpets or our horned instruments, it looks like they pulled through. We have from 48 coming right behind it. Oh, it's changing. It's shifting. Right behind it looks like drums. Right behind it. Very close. Very close. In fact, you might have saw it jumped a little bit. And bells, participated. They were there. But I get it. Bells, you hear more around Christmas time. And we are kind of in the middle of summer. But it looks like we have, I may have spoken too soon. Things are jumping around. It does look like trumpets and our horned instruments. They're still right there, though. They are still in the lead by 2%. 2%. All right. Well, that is going to come into play right after art. So let's get into art. Just like Mr. Chuck said, you want to get your piece of paper and something to draw with: pen, pencil, crayon, color, pencil, marker, colored pen. Anything I didn't mention. In fact, we're going to kind of continue what we were doing yesterday. So some of you guys have your sketches from yesterday, our skeletons that we learned. you can use that. I am going to go through it one more time in the very beginning because practicing is important. I am going to go a little faster than I did yesterday, though, for our skeletons, because we learned skeletons yesterday. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, again, some of you guys might have your sketches from yesterday because we are going to start adding muscle, but some of you guys who might not, or some of you guys who might want some practice in, I'm going to go through how to do this again really quickly. And I'm going to get my timer out and let's get started. So yesterday, oh, and I'm still going to be drawing in colors because colors help me think. You guys can, of course, you can use colors if you want, or you can use any kind of drawing utensil. You can use your pencils. You don't have to have 3 different colors like I use. I just do that so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. So use whatever you have available. And let's jump right in. So yesterday we learned about our stick figures that have a little bit more stuff on them than just stick figures. And we want to start with like our most important and our biggest piece, and that's going to be that big long line right there. That's like our spine, and our spine kind of holds everything together. So let's draw our spine, right? We're just going to draw one nice long line right in the middle. And then we're going to draw this little line right here, our hips, or no, that's our shoulders and our hip lines. And that top line, because we're drawing somebody with wider shoulders, we're going to make that line a little bit longer than our hips. So let's draw that line pretty high up on our spine. And then our hip line, which is going to be smaller than our shoulders for this character. So we have our shoulders. And again, that line is going to be a little bit longer than our hip line. We could reverse that so that our top line is shorter and our bottom line is longer. And that's kind of how we get like different shapes because everybody looks a little bit different. For now, we're going to keep it just like this, but you guys might have, or your drawings, I should say, might have smaller shoulders and longer hip lines. They might be equal. So you guys can do a bunch of different ways. For our example, though, we're going to try and follow our little stick figure. And I'm going to switch to an orange, so I'm going to start drawing my joints. Again, you guys can use any color or just your regular pencil. And I'm going to start drawing some of my joints. So I have these little circles for where my shoulders are and for where my hips are. And those are those bendy bits because that's how I can move my arm around. I'm kind of moving it from my shoulder. That's how I move my legs around, like walking. That's how I walk. And then we can start adding the arms and our legs. And we did something yesterday. We didn't go shoulder and then drew our little elbow circle and then draw our wrist. We drew our wrist or our far circle first. We did the same thing for our legs. Instead of drawing our hips and then drawing our knees and then the ankles, we started with the ankles first because that made it easier to know where we put our knee circles. So let's draw our ankle circles. So let's see. And I want to draw them because my character's standing nice and straight. I want to draw them right below our hips. So there's our hips. I go straight down, and I want to go pretty far down. I'm going to draw a little circle for our ankle. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So here's our little circle. We go straight down. I'm going to draw our other circle. And that made it easy because our knees are going to be right in the middle, right between our hips and our ankles. And now that I have my ankles, I can go right in the middle between this circle and this circle. That's like this circle. That's like right there. I think that's good. And in the middle between this circle, this hip, and this ankle, that's probably right around there. It's probably the same height as our other knee. And then we're going to do the same thing for our arms. In fact, well, before we do that, I'm going to get my red and I'm going to draw those lines that connect everything, just so I know that all these little things are connected. Right, that our hips are connected to our knees and our knees are connected to our ankles. We're going to do the same thing for our arms. We're going to start with our wrists, and our wrists as that rule of thumb, the thing we called yesterday, as a tip or a trick to remember where we put our wrists. They're always going to be right below our hips. They're always going to be right on either the same level or right below. And that's real to real life. If I ever looked at myself in the mirror and I let my arms just kind of hang, relax, my hand is going to rest right around like my thighs or right below my hips, right in that area. And we want to draw kind of like some realistic people. So we're going to draw the wrist right in that area. So right below our hip circle. So over and down, I'll draw my wrists. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. And then just like how it made it easier to put our knees right in between and right in the middle of our shoulder and our wrist, we can draw a nice little circle for our elbows. And then we can connect everything. And let's give this guy a head. Let's give this guy a nice circle head. Right? Not too big, not too small either. Then we have one of our detailed stick figures. You know, it's like a stick figure, but it's got a couple extra steps. And again, some of you guys might have had your drawings from yesterday, and you could use those drawings, or you might have followed along with me right now and drawn another stick figure. And now we're going to start adding some muscles because our stick figure is looking pretty thin here, right? We want to start drawing, you know, these muscles, maybe not like the big hunkin' muscly, super strongman muscles, but something, some shape. I want to give him some shapes so he doesn't look so, you know, able to be blown over and fallen over with a gust of wind. So let's do some shapes, and I'm going to use a blue again because it makes it a little easier to see things when they're different colors. You can of course use whatever colors you like. So just like I did with my skeleton shape, I want to draw that big important piece first. And let's see, that looks like this part right here, that kind of like that chest area. Because that's kind of like the biggest piece, and it kind of looks like everything's connected to it, right? Like the hip shape is connected to it, and the arms are connected to it, and the legs are connected to the hip shapes, which are connected to it. So I'm going to draw that big square right there. And it looks like a trapezoid, like where these two lines, they don't go straight up and down. They kind of go in a little bit. And they look like they start right at the shoulders. So at the shoulders, I'm going to draw a line that goes in, like it's going towards my spine. And I'm going to stop it right around our elbows, right around that circle. And I'm always going to stop it right around their elbows. And I'm going to do the same thing for our other side. So I'm going to bring that line, and it's going to go in from the shoulders towards the spine. it's going to stop right around where the elbows are. And I'm going to close that shape. So I'm going to make it one big shape instead of our two lines, so that I can see that there's a big shape in there. And I'm going to draw that next big important piece, that this kind of hip shape right here. And it's kind of got those 5 sides, right? And one of them is already being made by our top shape. So I'm going to start from one of our corners, and I can see that these lines, they kind of go either straight down or they go out just a little bit. They connect right to the hips. So if our hips were a little farther apart, this line might be a little bit more at an angle. But because my hips, they kind of look like they're right below, I'm gonna draw and connect them to the hips. So from both corners, I want to draw a line going down. It's going to look like it's going to connect right to the hips. And then it kind of looks like there's a triangle hiding in there, right? Where it has these 2 lines that connect kind of like right in the middle of our person. And I can still see the spine. I can still see where the middle of our person is. So I'm going to draw 2 lines just like that connect from our hips. They're going to connect right in the middle, right where our spine looks like it would run into. That's why it's okay to make your spines a little bit longer than they need to be, or that you might think they need to be. And then we have those 2 biggest shapes done. And that's going to be the hardest part of this, because if you look at our arms and our legs, well, they just kind of look like boxes. Or if we think 3D, right, like a 3D shape, they kind of just look like tubes. And so when we're drawing them, we're going to keep them pretty straight, long lines, so they look like longer boxes. And there's something else going on right where any of our bendy bits are, right? Like right where the elbows are or the knees, we got a line going across. And I want you to think about that line. And I'm going to explain why that line is there. But let's put in our legs first. So our legs are going to be these super long, straight lines. And these lines are going to go around our stick figure, our bones and our joints down here. So I can see it starts like right there, right where the corner of the shape is. I'm going to draw a long line. And long lines can be pretty hard. So if it's a little shaky or wavy, or you need to take your time, take your time. We can always erase it, or if we can't erase it because like we're working in pen or marker, we can always try again and get some more practice in, because the more we do it, the better we're going to get at it. I'm going to draw this other line. I can see the inside line. It's connecting right to where our little point is here. So I can draw a nice long line. And just like if this was like one of our squares or our rectangles, I can then connect the bottoms, and the top is already connected. That's already done for me. And now this leg is straight, but I'm still going to add this little line just so I know where the knee would be and where I would bend it, right? I'm going to draw the other leg. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to draw a nice long box that kind of goes around my leg. So starting from this corner, you can draw a nice long line. It goes all the way down to our ankles. And then another long line. And again, long lines can be really, really hard, especially if we're trying to keep them straight. They can be a little wiggly. They can be a little sketchy, like my lines can be a little sketchy and messy. And that's okay. And then for our knees, I'm also going to add our other knee because our first knee has it. So I'm going to have our second knee have it, where we have that little line there. And then for our feet, we are going to keep it simple, and we're going to give him some little boxes just so I know he has feet. I can learn, I can look up, I can teach how to draw feet later, but just so I know that he's standing on something, because our character is standing, I'm going to give him some little box feet. And then we have the arms. The arms, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with the legs. But I'm going to use our arm as an example because yesterday we pretended, or some of us might have kept it, where we have an arm that we decided was going to be waving. Like he had it in the air, split at the elbow, and his arm up. You know, like, hi, how you doing? And when we have an arm up or we have an arm in a different position, whether it's on our hips or it's reaching or just bent in any way, because we have these long boxes in our example, sometimes we think that if our arm is kind of bent, that it still needs to be a long box, but a long box that's bent, which can sometimes look like a noodle instead of an arm. And we don't want noodle arms unless like we're drawing in like an Adventure Time style, and we're not. We're trying to draw realistic. So whenever our arm is bent, and this is the reason why we put these little lines here. So like here is an example arm, right? Whenever our arm is bent, we want to think about that line, right? That line that's there, that's sticking right up and down. Because when we're drawing our legs or our arms or any of our long shapes like that, it's not actually one big box, it's two. And when that box is bent, it stops looking like one shape and it starts looking like two boxes that are connected. And that line where the elbow is where they are, the knee or wherever our bendy bits are, is where it's going to connect. And that way we can avoid the noodly arm look. So in our example, we don't have any bends, but like if ever we want to strike a pose or like flex and show off our muscles or our character's muscles, we want to think of our arm not as one big box, but as two boxes that are put together. But because our arm is straight, I wanted to keep it a little easy for us, I'm going to draw one big box. But I'm going to include that line just so I remember that I can bend it there if I wanted to. I'm going to do the same thing for our other arm. And just like I did with our feet, I don't have to draw super detailed hands right now, but I am going to put two little boxes, just so I know he's got hands. It's always important to know if our character does or does not have hands. And actually, as I'm drawing here, I can see that one of my arms looks like it's a little bit longer than my other arm. I didn't notice that. Well, that's what our erasers are for. If there's any time when we're drawing, we ever see something that we don't like, that's why, one, that's why we practice, and two, That's why we can try again and use our lovely erasers or our darker colors or anything we have, and we can change and adjust things. We never have to keep things exactly how we are or exactly how we draw them. We can always change and edit things. Nothing is permanent. Even pens. Don't always have to be permanent. And that way it looks a little bit more even. And then we have one last important part. And that's going to be our neck, just so our character doesn't look like he has a very, very thin neck and a very big head on a thin neck. We're going to draw two little lines. Actually, I'm going to erase that little circle. We're going to draw two little lines, almost like we're going to draw a box. Just so we can see that his head is connected to everything else in his body. And now that I have everything done and everything put together, I could keep it just how it is, because it's always nice. It's always good to practice bodies, even if we don't continue drawing on them, even if we stop, we didn't add faces and clothes and hair. It's always good to practice bodies. But let's say I wanted to add clothes and hair, which I know we haven't gone over just yet, and we will, or like a face, which we have gone over. I can take time now and I can go in and I can erase the things I don't need. Or this is why we sometimes use lighter colors so that we don't have to see some of the guides, like our skeleton. Some of us might be using like pens. Or if like I was using like something that I can't erase, I might now go in with a darker color and outline anything that I want to keep, like the outline of my body. And I could do that like with a pen or like with a darker color that I have if I'm using something I can't erase. When I can go in, I can clean up any lines that I don't like and change anything. Like I saw that this arm was a little too short, so I changed that. Maybe my lines, like I want to make this line a little bit cleaner. I can go in and change that. And then I have a nice base where it's nice and clean, and I can start adding clothes. If I know how to draw clothes and I want to draw clothes, I can start adding, I can maybe fill out the head a little bit more and maybe put a face on it, or hair, if I knew how to draw hair. Or I could look at it and be like, look at what I did. I did something pretty cool. I drew a whole body, which can be really, really hard to draw. And if you guys have drawn a body, because I think we're just about time to wrap it up, because I think there's something special going on. I want to give some time for that. If you guys have drawn your bodies, and you want to add stuff to it, you can add stuff to it. If you want to keep it as it is, you can keep it as it is. And as always, I'm going to get big here again. You can send it to us, or you can send it to me through our coaches, whether taking a picture of it and sending it to our coaches on your computer, or having an adult text the number on the TutorWorks website that you're watching our live stream in my big face, and it will get to me, and I look at everyone's artwork, and that artwork has a chance to be featured tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. We got a lot going on Friday. And speaking of Fridays, if you send it in, it gets you an extra raffle ticket. And raffle tickets, super important for our weekly raffle, but I'm not going to take the spotlight and the thunder away from Mr. Chuck, because he presents it a little bit better than me. Mr. Chuck?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Gotta back up a little bit.
Oh, it's a good thing I caught it. It was a big energy ball that you threw my way. All right, great job, everybody. And guess what? Great job working in reading and math and art, drawing. Now it's time for the special Tuesday treat. Oh, that's what we should call it, a Tuesday treat. The #1 pick in the poll was horns. So I'm going to do a song for you guys. I'm going to sing a song and play my guitar, and I'm going to put horns in that song. All right. It's a very special guitar. I'm just going to get right into it. You ready? When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And so stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Oh, stand by me. Here comes the horn part, ready? And if the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, no, I won't cry. I won't cry. No, I won't shed no tears. Just as long as you stand by me. And so stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Oh, stand by me. That is your Tuesday treat for Thursday's Tuesday. So, thank you so much for rocking out with us, for doing your best in reading, doing your best in math, doing your best in the drawing, and even learning to tell awesome jokes like, why was 6 so mad at 7? Because 7, 8, 9. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we are doing our raffle. And we're going to be giving away $25 to 2 different students. So you know how to gain raffle tickets. First is by joining us and working for 20 minutes and Explode the Code. Another way is to earn 7 or more green or blue badges and Explode the Code. Another way is taking a picture of your artwork and sending it in to us on the TutorWorks website. And another way is getting 100 answers correct in math and then taking a screenshot of that and sending it in to us. So that song is called Stand By Me, is by Ben E. King, is the guy who originally did that. It's from like the 50s or 60s, I don't know, but many artists have redone it since then, and I'm one of them. I actually have played that song for quite some time because it's just such a good song called Stand By Me. And go ahead and look up the original version, and there's probably a ton of covers of it. Covers is what it's called when somebody else plays a song somebody else wrote and performed. And so there's probably a bunch of covers of it on YouTube as well.
Mr.
So,
Chuck,
yes.
we've got some shout outs from the students.
Awesome.
The students want to give you a big shout out. They want to say, wow, Mr. Chuck sings good.
Thank you very much, you all. Here, high fives to me. And high
Good job,
fives-
Mr. Chuck.
Go ahead.
I said, good job, Mr. Chuck.
I didn't hear that. I was too busy yapping. Thank you all very much. It's important to celebrate our successes and our wins when we do them. And I've been playing guitar for a long time and singing, but I really appreciate the recognition of my positive efforts to get better. And that's what we do here too. We want to recognize and celebrate your efforts to get better at reading and math. And it's important to be able to read, because that's how you can write your own lyrics too. It's how you can write your own songs. So make sure you build those skills in reading and math and drawing and art in general. It's very important stuff to be balanced. And we look forward to celebrating your wins with you and your successes every time you have them. So every correct answer is something to celebrate. We are going to be seeing you tomorrow for the raffle, and then we'll do Tuesday again next Thursday. So we'll probably have another poll, and I'm going to try and stick the favorite sound in the song somehow. It's not easy, but I could do it, I think. And so we'll do that on Thursdays now, and we might even introduce a new day next week sometime. We'll talk about that, and so stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll announce that tomorrow. And so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and then next week after that. You can join us for both class periods and get more raffle tickets too. So if you want to get the most raffle tickets, join us from 9 to noon, and we will you'll get a chance to earn more raffle tickets that could help you win in our raffle we're doing tomorrow. So can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Until then, I say bye-bye for now.